Kamusta, y'all. I've been in the Philippines for over 3 months, and this video is going to be about what I've learned from living in the Philippines for 3 months. First thing we learned when we tried to take a trike into town, they're tiny. I don't fit, and unfortunately I didn't get a picture of me fitting into the, well, I do fit, but I'm scrunched up. And I have to sit in the front because the back, so they can get up the hills and I won't tilt it backwards. Some of the trikes here, yeah, they're just tiny. Driving in traffic, Butuan traffic I can handle. Cebu I can handle when it's not rush hour. I don't think I'd ever want to try Manila. So my brother-in-law's the same way. He doesn't want to do Manila. Driving in around Butuan City and around Mindanao, it's not that hard for me. I can even do rush hour in Butuan. I just have to pay attention to the intersections that are uncontrolled. So somebody could be going on the cross street and expecting me to stop. So I got to make sure that nobody's coming or they know that I'm there and taking right away. Like I said, I could probably drive in Cebu if it's not rush hour, or if it's on a lazy weekend when nobody's driving around very much. In Manila, the only way I could think I could drive is if I'm close to the expressway and I can get on it really quick. Blackouts, or they call them brownouts here. Sometimes they're common, maybe a couple of times a week, and maybe it's only a couple of times a month. The worst that's ever happened was I think I was out of power for 5 hours. And still, the heat of the day, I was surviving. And the power goes out at night. It doesn't really bother me because I'm asleep, and I've only woken up once or twice hearing the fan wind down. So I guess the air conditioner going off might have woke me up or something, I don't know. But I went to sleep almost immediately. So like, okay, fan's off, it'll come back on when the power comes on. Let's see, what's next here on my list? Oh yeah, during the blackouts, one time I was trying to get progress on a video game, and it's one of those where you can't save in certain areas. It was taking me, I think I needed about 20 minutes to half an hour to get through this certain section, and the power went off 3 times on me. Varying instances on how long it took to go off or how long it was off. But when it came back on, I'd hop back on the video game and play it, and by the 4th time I was able to complete the run that I was trying to do. Everything's so affordable around here. A kilo of mangoes is like 100 pesos, and that's less than $2. Avocado, 80 to 100 pesos, still less than $2. A little over $1 to less than 2, still less than 2. Carrots and taters, both of those are about 50 pesos. Less than $1 for over 2 pounds of vegetables there. Chicken, pretty standard. It's about 2 pesos or 250 pesos. And that's what, less than $5 for a kilo of chicken. And eating out, 1,000 to 2,000. Expensive is $20 to $40 for 2. Cheap is less than $20 for 2 people to eat. For instance, we went to a place, forgot the name of the place. It was unlimited wings. all you can eat wings. Menu said only wings for less than 500 pesos. I think it was $4.95. And 4 of us ate for 2,000 pesos, less than 2,000 pesos. A liter of beer is 115 pesos at my wife's Sorry store, and that's about the going average. I think it's a little bit lower actually. And that's might be right around $2 for a liter of beer, and that's Red Horse normally. A popular hard alcohol around here is Tanduay, and it's a rum, and a fifth for 365 milliliters is 80 pesos. So it's less than, well, a little over $1 for a bottle, probably about 365 milliliters. I think that's a fifth, maybe a little bit smaller. And a trike ride is 15 pesos for one person, like the ones that I can't fit in, or that I'd have to scrunch up in to fit in. Let's get to my favorite one, Jollibee, and comparing Jollibee and McDonald's. McDonald's here is 182 pesos for a burger meal, which is $5.99, which that's $3, a little over, maybe a little over $3 probably. Now, all of these prices I'll try and put the current exchange on the screen as I say them. And this for 182 pesos here, you pay $5.99 in Tampa, Florida, which is fairly inexpensive. And here's Yum Burger for Jollibee. It's 40 pesos here for a Yum Burger, and they're actually very good. I like the meat on it because it actually has spices in it as opposed to McDonald's, or here they call it McDo. And 40 pesos here as opposed to $2.20 in Tampa, Florida for the same Yum Burger. Medium fries here at McDonald's, at McDo. Medium fries here is 92 pesos. It's $1.60-ish. And in Tampa, it's $2.79 for, $2.79 for medium fries. And at Jollibee, here it's 64 pesos, $1.12-ish. And in Tampa, Florida, it's $4.11. And next, we don't rent because we own the house that we live in. My wife bought it a few years ago. And going to the ocean is free, and it's maybe a half an hour for a quick drive to the ocean. You might have to pay for parking, but you can normally find places if you get there early enough to where it's no parking or no fees for parking. But in the U.S., you would definitely have to pay for parking unless you want to walk a long ways, $20 to $30 for beach parking. And that's California prices on those. That's my experience in California. And that's not even guarantee finding a slot once you get in there, because we did that one time. We paid $30, but there's an event going on, and we got in there and there was no slots left. Renting a beach awning here is 100 pesos. And that's $2, a little less. In the U.S., I didn't see any awnings for less than $100. Even the umbrella and a beach chair was still $100. Friendliest people that I've ever met are here in the Philippines. I mean, they all want to say hi. I'm still kind of an introvert. This is the purpose of my videos, is to come out of my shell. But I walk around a lot, and I'll hear hi, but I'm not registering that they're saying hi to me, but I'm getting better on that. Especially when my wife's around. She's like, they said hi. It's like, oh, hi. Everyone wants, like I said, everyone wants to say hi. And I don't mind it. If I notice it, I'll say hi. And one young man here, every time he comes to the store, and if he sees me, he's like, hello, my brother. And I think he's young grade school. And I say hi to him whenever he says that. And if I notice him out on the street, I'll say hi. Drinks like soda, ever since the 80s hit, I never could stand regular drinks like soda in the U.S. It's because of the NutraSweet hit, and it was all taken over by high fructose corn syrup, which is probably the worst invention ever because it doesn't taste. It made the drinks taste different. I love a Coca-Cola from the 70s much better than I like Coca-Colas anytime afterwards. So in the U.S., I was pretty much drinking diet sodas just because to me the flavor was better. Here there is no corn syrup. I haven't seen it anywhere in anything. Like in the U.S., you can see it. You actually have to read the contents of everything you buy for eating to see if there's any corn syrup in there, because I had to, the bread, we had to make sure there's no corn syrup in there just because we didn't like the taste. And but here, everything tastes great with regular sugar. I drink regular soda again. If I'm out and about, I'll get a Coke Zero just because it's cut down on some of the calories, because I still like to eat. And even the juices here, they're more natural. And one thing, when I was in California at an eye doctor for all the odd places, is she was Asian, and she told me that I should have vinegar as a condiment on the table whenever I eat. I guess she could see some type of health problem in my eyes or something, I don't know. Or maybe she just tells that to all of her patients. But I had her beat on that. We had vinegar on the table most every meal ever since I met my wife. That's about it. Sorry it took so long since my last video. And I know the last video was targeted at a certain bunch of people, only for vloggers. But I think the information needed to get out there. And if you're out and you're recording as a vlogger, just make sure that people don't mind you recording them. Ask their permission and to make sure they can understand that you want to record them if you're going to post it. But otherwise, I love everything else about the Philippines. Sometimes I'll see a commercial and it's like, ooh, New York pizza sounds really good today. Hamburgers, I can get anywhere, but hamburgers here are good. And I like chicken. I can probably eat chicken for every meal and not get tired of it because it's so versatile. And lechon manok, which is roast chicken, is easy to get and very tasty. Fried chicken, Jollibee's fried chicken blows everybody else away. Speaking of that, when McDonald's came here, they couldn't really compete with Jollibee, so they had to added fried chicken. They call it Chicken McDo to their menu, and so you can get 1 or 2 pieces of chicken, maybe more. They even serve gravy with it, so they can compete with Jollibee. And it's not quite as good as Jollibee, maybe almost as, but I'll still go to Jollibee for chicken. And another thing about McDonald's, ever since the health craze hit the U.S. in the 90s, I think it was, when McDonald's changed from their chopped mash of chicken or processed chicken for their McNuggets. and they said that's all white meat. When I bit into one, so okay, it's all white sponge is what it felt like. It was just spongy, no texture anymore. I remember the old nuggets where you bite into it, you can still see the grain of some of the meat that was chopped up in it. And you can see the light and dark meat in there. Those were so good. And here, I've run into them again. They may be all white meat here, but at least they're not pounded into mush before they're turned into nuggets. They're more firm. You can still, like I said, you can see the grain of the meat. And anything else? I think maybe I do miss the Jollibees in the U.S. for their Aloha chicken sandwiches or the Aloha burgers, because those are so good. And that was a novelty, so I was like, you know, they're overseas, so they're going to charge a little bit more, but it's worth getting there. And if they had it here, I'd definitely be getting it too. And I think that's about it for now. I think next month we're gonna try and get my permanent resident card and driver's license, because you can only drive on your U.S. citizens can only drive on their state driver's license for 90 days after arriving. And so I hit the 90-day mark. I'm like, that's when I was actually planning on doing the video too. But me, like I said, I'm still an introvert. It took me another 2 weeks to get the video going. And so next month I should have a license, and might thinking about getting a scooter. Depends on what's going on then. But until next time, thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe and like, and share this video with your friends. They might even enjoy knowing what it's like in the Philippines. And if you're going to come over here, enjoy the country, enjoy the people, and enjoy the inexpensive living. Even some of the resorts are nice, inexpensive. Maybe I'll do that, something about that later. But another one could be, maybe I'll do just menus from the place in the mall, since if you're going to go out and you eat in the mall, it's going to be more expensive in the mall, and it's still cheap. You're not going to walk away unhappy most of the time, because to me, everything's good. I do remember we went to Korean barbecue though one time, and it's where they bring the meat out to the table and you grill it yourself. And my mother-in-law was like, well, they bring us the meat and we cook it just like we would at home, and she didn't like it. I see your point. I mean, we shouldn't have to work going to a restaurant, but that's a theme restaurant, and so we, if we go to Korean barbecue again, she probably won't want to go. But until next time, happy trails, travel safe. Humping, bye.